How is this legal? This looks great. Let's watch this. How is this legal? It's got Joe Rogan in it.
Pump and dumps. Why are they legal? Today, Elon Musk and Joe Rogan are going to tell us they...
Bro, Coffeezilla DM'd me and told me he bought my Enron merch. He specified mine, not the Enron company one. He said he bought both of them, but he also bought mine. And in every video, I never see him wear mine. In every video, he's wearing the other one, Enron merch. The one that launched a rug pull crypto token that he talked about. I launched no rug pull crypto tokens. And he sent me a picture. He actually did buy it, but he doesn't wear it.
The whole meme coin thing is bananas.
Yeah.
It is so bananas that people dump real money into these coins, and then you could just pump them up and sell them.
A casino or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it's totally
And
gambling.
people just
I see this comparison a lot, guys. Yes, it's gambling in the way you don't know if you're going to win or lose, but it's not really like a casino where there are predetermined odds. This is a rigged game, much more in the likes of something like penny stocks, right? There are a bunch of boiler rooms back in the early 90s, thousands, where people would call you and they go, hey, I got this hot stock, you gotta get in, you gotta get... And all these people, they would tout these kind of little penny stocks. That's not the same thing as gambling, and meme coins are the same way. They're promoted, they're promoted, they're promoted. People buy in, not fully understanding who's got all the supply, who's scamming them on the back end, and they're told that these are legitimate operations. So I just want to be clear, like...
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I want to be clear as well, which is that you would have better odds in a casino than you would trying to win on a meme coin. If you're buying into meme coins where the fucking creators own 80% of the float and are sniping it, your odds of making any real money are virtually nil. You will always buy too late, and then the pump will be over and they'll sell into you.
Yes, it's gambling in the way you don't know if you're going to win or lose. It's not gambling in the way of the pump and dump part is completely different.
like musical chairs, and whoever's like the last to sit down loses type of thing.
And somehow or another, it's still legal.
Yeah, why?
Like that's
I mean, the thing is, I think not too many people. I mean,
I like that he's scratching his head. Like, how do I justify the U.S. government thinking this is cool to just allow more scams? The constant answer, by the way, this is what Malay said. Nobody actually invests in these things, right? Yeah, there were billions of dollars that flew into Trump coin, but nobody actually, I mean, not even that many. Look, there's not, who even, it's just a casino. The cope is unreal. No, there is serious money flowing into meme coins. You can, say, make all the comparisons you want, but to say, oh, there's not that many. No, there are a lot of people. The Trump meme coin brought in 192,000 brand new people into crypto
Ludwig.
that were not in it previously.
I mean, it's sort of like you go to the casino. Like if you expect to win at the casino, you're being a fool. Okay?
Right.
So I think if you expect to win at meme coins, you're being foolish. Yeah.
Now
It's just so funny because he has pumped Dogecoin for years now. He's pumped it and pumped it and pumped it and pumped it and pumped it. And I think I told that story. The guy I met in Copenhagen, he was like a Riot employee that I met at the CS major, the CS2 major with Aiden, who was like, I've got a daughter on the way. He's a smart guy with a good job. He's a Riot employee. He's like, I got a daughter on the way. The biggest thing I'm invested in is Dogecoin. Like he just bought into the story that was being sold to him by Elon Musk. And people are saying smart in quotes, like, oh, you're so smarter. But that guy's a very successful, I don't want to give his exact job, but he's good. People around him respect him in his job. He's good at what he does. In other words, every other part of him was normal. But he's like, yeah, I've got a family and a daughter, and my biggest investment is Dogecoin. And it's just like this level of hype and pumping and FOMO does draw people in, and they do lose real money.
Is true. If you think you're going to win at meme coins, that is foolish. It's just odd to me that we're trying to make as many of these mechanisms as possible. Like, look, everyone knows the lottery is a loser game. We also know it's a de facto tax on the poor because it's disproportionately the poor who engage in the lottery because they're looking for a way out. They're desperate. And so they play these types of games. So it's just weird for us to be like, yeah, we're just allowing more ways for your money to be siphoned off in our society but you're stupid if you do the thing that we made legal and we're promoting all the time. It also strikes me as incredibly out of touch for people who are already well off and have won at the game of life to kind of puzzle over, like, why would anyone invest?
It's one of the most annoying things about Elon is just the context of you being the richest man in human history. Really undercuts when you say, like, these people need to work harder, or these people need to, you know, when you just talk about a fucking 9-to-5 government employee like he's so fucking lazy. And it's like, you tweet 4,000 times a week, you have 14 children, and you're the richest man in human history. It doesn't, or the thing that Elon said where he said, you know, we're gonna have to go through some economic pain. It's like, it's not pain for you. You're a government-connected billionaire. You're gonna be fine. It's like when you're talking about people losing their jobs, it's not a we. Stop saying we.
Invest in these things, in these moonshot tokens? Why would anybody put money into these dumb, like, basically scams? And the answer is because they are desperate, right? It is because they don't have, you know, security, and they're like looking for basically a get-rich-quick scheme because they're not rich. And so people who are rich often go, what dumb people? I cannot understand why people would put money into this stuff. And it's like, yeah, because you're not in the situation. They're like looking up a mountain and they're going, how do I get up here? And then there's this guy promising a way out, and they're thinking to themselves, well, maybe, you know, I don't know. Also, by the way, there also is a trend of financial nihilism, which says, and is encouraged by certain like powerful people,
talking about this.
Hey, the game is rigged against you anyways, so don't even bother engaging with like serious investments. You might as well roll the dice on a meme coin. So while it is easy to like scoff at people who put their money into this stuff, we have to remember who is putting their money into this stuff. It is not.
I mean, I think I did a video when I was talking about the second time Roaring Kitty came back, and I just talked a lot about financial nihilism, which is just this pervasive sense among all young people that I can't get a house by normal means. The idea of working a job, getting promoted, saving money, and getting a house and a family is like out of the way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to gamble. I'm going to gamble on a meme coin, or I'm going to gamble on GME, or I'm going to gamble on AMC, or I'm going to gamble on actual gambling. I'm going to sports bet. Because you just do not, you're looking rationally at the world, then you're not seeing a clear path, and you're going on this YOLO. No, I talk about this all the time because I think it's the most important thing I can talk about. It's the most, when I talk about like Klarna and I talk about this, it's because I think it's the most important thing I can talk about is just people realizing that it's not going to, those things are not going to work. You might see it work for a few people, but the odds are you are in a rigged casino and you will lose. And you'll actually be so much better off than you think just trying to stack some chips, dude, to be a little bit safer. Comparatively to all your peers, you'll be way better off if you just try to like be a little bit wiser and safer with the hard-earned money that you got. Anyway, parlays. Let's talk about our favorite ones.
The Joe Rogans of the world and the Elon Musks who are going to lose everything on meme coins. It is precisely the most desperate and most vulnerable people who are going to, and the most greedy, okay? We can't forget there are lots of greedy people out there who are going to lose money, but there are a lot of vulnerable people who just fall into this stuff because they're looking for a way out.
Yeah.
But you're not going to win at meme coins. It's like but if you want, like, don't sink your life savings into a meme coin.
No, but you can gamble a little, and you can ride waves and win a little and lose a little.
If you want to have some fun, and don't come, then play with meme coins.
If you put your family's wealth
on a meme coin
in the Hawk
at the risk of saying something bold and outrageous, don't bet the farm on a meme coin.
The weird one is the pump and dumps.
Here's where it gets interesting. Rogan brings up a good point. Not all these meme coins are just like decentralized, fun little Doge coins or something like that. A lot of them, there's a guy in the back of the room who like set up the whole thing, rigged it,
Dogecoin is the people's crypto.
As you buy it. Like it's like an outright scam. So they bring this up.
Sorry, wait, go back. I think the flat inflation of Dogecoin, which means decreasing percentage inflation, is a feature, not a bug. Dogecoin is the people's crypto. Bought some Dogecoin for a little X so he can be a toddler hodler. Dogecoin might be my favorite cryptocurrency. It's pretty cool. Dogecoin rules. Dogecoin mode.
And I don't think the response is that great.
Like people
happen all the time.
All the time.
Yeah.
And people get shocked that somebody pump and dumped. Like, what are you doing? Like, I was hoping to dump. I was hoping to make all the money out of this. I can't believe they got me. Like,
Yeah.
it's just weird that it's legal still.
Agreed.
I mean, casinos are legal.
Yeah.
And
It is
people
like a
just
casino.
lose money at casinos.
Yeah.
You know?
But you can't rig a casino like a pump and dump.
Yeah, well
Right.
said, Joe Rogan.
It's not exactly the same, is it, when somebody is rigging a game versus there is a predetermined like chance and you're
Yeah, I mean, there's a gaming commission that constantly checks to make sure the odds aren't cheated in Vegas. You know you're a losing player. I mean, you know that they have the odds advantage. But if they try to make it worse, they try to make the roulette table tilted in their favor even more, it could be illegal. They could go to jail. They have to have published odds. There's none of that for crypto. You don't know what your odds are. You don't know. You don't know how rigged it is against you. You don't know how much is owned by snipers or by insiders.
agreeing and you go into it knowing the odds, right?
You could rig a pump and dump. You know,
Yeah, I guess so.
You guess so.
Why is it legal
like
then?
you could run a real pyramid scheme.
Well, I mean, the government's one big pyramid scheme, if you ask me.
Yeah.
What? What kind of answer is this? Hey, we're now allowed. By the way, they say it's still legal. Actually, pump and dumps weren't legal. They've kind of never been legal, and now we're making them de facto legal because we're not going to prosecute anyone. So this whole idea of like, why is it still legal? No, it sort of just became completely legal. And so now they're talking about, this is kind of weird. It's a little different than gambling. And then Elon's response is, well, the government's a scam. Oh, great. Aren't you the guy auditing the government? You are the government. Why are you? It's so weird for the guy to be auditing the government to believe the entire government is a scam. Strange.
Well, you can tell me better than anybody.
Social Security is the
SBF must be pissed. He did it a little too early. Dude, SBF, if he has access to a phone regularly, must be just in fucking despondent that if he'd held out on his scam just a few more months, he would be a untouchable billionaire. If he had just juggled the books a little longer, he would be set for life, still fucking polycules in the Bahamas. And instead, he's behind bars. It's so wild how that turned out.
biggest Ponzi scheme of all time.
What? So, okay, we're talking about the problem of people shamelessly just siphoning money from retail investors, right? And your response is, well, not that many people do it, and if they do, it's just like gambling. And if it's not just like gambling, well, yeah, it is what it is. Shouldn't have bet the farm. And your response to that is, but the safety net for retirement is a scam too, and a bigger. What? How is that a response? Look, you can have problems with Social Security. It's just like, it's not even close. It's not even the same world tree. Brother, these are literal, like, you call in, they trick you into investing, and they just steal your money. The other thing you're supposed to have.
Yeah, I mean, you guys, just to be clear, if you're young, you don't know what Social Security is, just to be clear, they take a little bit out of your paycheck for your whole life, Social Security, so that you have some money when you're old. It's almost like a forced retirement plan. And the reason it's not a Ponzi scheme, it's not a pyramid scheme, and it's not a scam. But the reason there's problems with it is that the funding for it may run out as our population pyramid gets more old and less young. Fewer young workers paying into it, more old people drawing out of it, it may run out. That's not a scam of the system. That is a result of our population pyramid, I guess, being bad. A pyramid scheme, I guess, in that way. And yes, there is a plan. I think Bernie Sanders advocated, I don't know who eventually wrote it, but he advocated for it, to reduce the cap on contribution, basically meaning that if you're a 400 billionaire, you have to pay a little bit more in to the Social Security, not just your normal amount, so that there's money left for all seniors. That's the idea. And that would fund Social Security for another 75 years, is the idea. But that doesn't currently exist. And the way the speech went yesterday, it feels like they're trying to cut Social Security. I'm not a hundo P on where it's going. It is a discussion that has to be had, though. Either it has to be funded more or it has to be cut, because otherwise what's going to happen is it's going to keep rolling along fine for the boomers, and then the next generations are going to get in and not get anything, and they paid in their whole lives. That is going to be it. Like, Zoomers or millennials are going to find themselves old, and they've paid into it their entire lives, and there's not going to be money for them when they have to withdraw. And that is a disaster. And I do not want to fuck around and see boomers siphon the last wealth from Social Security when they had the greatest and easiest run of 30 years of all time. So either it needs to be funded, and it needs to start getting funded now with contributions from wealthy boomers or wealthy Gen Xers, or we need to figure out what we're going to do, because it is headed towards a really bad problem for people who are young right now, working hard and paying into it.
It's so weird. This is like one of the most important guys in determining like the path forward, right? This is a thought leader here, and our thought leader is saying, oh, meme coins are fine because Social Security is a bigger scam, right? Pump and dumps are fine because your grandma's retirement plan was a scam too. That wasn't funded well. What is this thought process? That's, by the way, the end of the conversation. I know it seems like we should continue that conversation. No, they just kind of fall off on the, well, what do you mean by it's all a big Ponzi scheme? This conversation was painful, though, and it just goes into the mind of the people running the show. I mean, they just could not care less if you guys get scammed. It's a very odd thing, and there's a false equivocation between like regulated gambling in Vegas. By the way, they say gambling's legal. It's not legal everywhere, okay? I know we're pushing to make sports gambling.
Damn, he does kind of look like White Squeaks. Look and kind of sound in a way. Can you see it? Someone in chat said it and I instantly noticed it. I do kind of feel like, do you think possibly Squeaks does whiteface at night and then does Coffeezilla videos? I was on Squeaks' stream today. He was talking about doing reverse Trudeau, which is just whiteface. Okay? And this could actually be a big break. I've never seen them in the same room. Cozy games during the day, fights crypto at night. It could actually all add up.
Legal everywhere, but it's not yet. It's kind of important.
I guess the worst result would be if Coffeezilla is doing brownface and pretending to be an Indian man named Squeaks. That would be pretty bad. If he was Rajular style, but I don't want to put that on coffee.
But meme coins are like, they're not regulated like gambling. They're allowed like the shameless pump and dump scams are just running. It's just a strange thing to watch, I guess, because we were all told like, well, we're going to get some actual rules of the road with crypto in this cycle.
Bro, I'm telling you, crypto's done unless they do this crypto fucking reserve. People are over it. The appetite for any, I'll say outside of Bitcoin. I don't fuck with Bitcoin, but I can at least see the arguments for it, yada, yada, yada. Outside of Bitcoin, it's fucking done. Unless they take the government money and pump the bags. It just feels like the fucking interest is so low. The people have been scammed so much. The new retail money into non-Bitcoin crypto is like dried up. It's done. So unless they pump fucking David Sachs's bags, Sachs's sacks.
But instead of rules of the road, we just have no rules, and those are the rules of the road. That's what's very odd about this set of, the last 2 months is I thought we were just going to get a lot of regulatory clarity. That's what everyone kept telling me. Instead, the SEC just says like, oh, well, meme coins, we're not even going to try to regulate them because we don't even think they fall under our jurisdiction. So we thought we were going to be told the rules, and there are no rules. But it's fine because...
Tell them, Coffee. The people I love most in crypto are the people that say, you don't understand it until you've put in the requisite 100 hours of study. People are like, you don't get it. You haven't put in the 100 hours. And it's like, bro, we all get what you're doing. You are the same fucking desperate person trying to buy a fake token, hoping it goes up so you make money. I don't have to fucking read another white paper to understand the depths of your fucking plan.